Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of Humans in 5.
One of the things we can rely on in science is our methods. We can rely on our methods because we describe our steps carefully, why we've made specific decisions, and how we analyze our results so that, should someone want to, they can redo the same methods and get the same results. But are our methods that reliable?
This is a question that a lot of scientists are asking right now. That's because we're going through what's known as a replication crisis. One of the foundations of the scientific method is the ability to reproduce results when conducting a similar experiment. Replicated results confirm that what we are seeing is a real phenomenon.
For example, you could conduct an experiment looking at positive reinforcement in dogs. The first experiment is conducted on poodles. The results show that poodles will recall behaviors when they're rewarded with a treat. To confirm if positive reinforcement works for all species of dogs, you'd have to find the same results in corgis.
The journal Nature recently published the results of a survey that rocked replication rates for scientists around the world. Out of 1,500 scientists surveyed, more than 70% reported that they had failed to replicate the results of other scientists, and more than 50% reported that they couldn't replicate the results of their own experiments.
It seems that the replication crisis varies across different disciplines. In social psychology, questionable research practices, or QRPs, were identified as a common issue. This includes being very selective about reporting results, say, only reporting the statistically significant ones. A 2012 study in medicine argued that only 11% of preclinical cancer studies could be replicated.
So why is this replication crisis taking place? Is it just a bunch of lazy scientists who keep publishing? As always, it's more complicated than that. Firstly, scientists today generate a lot of data. Think of the number of university-based and private research institutions that includes all kinds of scientific work. This large amount of data collection means that there could be an increased risk of making mistakes.
This increase in data also means that there's a greater likelihood of ideas being overturned and re-examined. With more people working in some areas, both old and relatively new hypotheses get turned over way faster than they used to.
Secondly, some factors that play a role in this crisis are part of the wider structure of doing science. Significant results are far more likely to be published in scientific journals, and right now, scientists work in a publish or perish world. We have to get our papers out fast in order to progress in our careers. This in turn affects our ability to attract funding or even get a raise. This could be why many scientists are being very selective about the results they tend to publish.
To be clear, this doesn't mean that every study you read about is completely wrong. Accuracy and replicability will depend on a variety of factors in a study, and of course, there are some types of studies, such as those in medicine, where replicating results is just not ethically possible. Dr. Daniele Fanelli also points out that scientists calling crisis in the discipline isn't new. Publications from the 1800s already started pointing out the declines in scientific methods.
The point is that scientific research is hard. It takes careful, detailed planning and can be extra challenging in how long it takes to collect and analyze data. This replication crisis should give us something to think about when it comes to conducting scientific research and how we report our results.
We hope we haven't caused a crisis for you, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.
And don't forget to subscribe.